Hey everybody, Ryan McCaffrey with IGN. I'm joined by the great Brandon, Lord Tyrell.
Hi.
We're talking a little Battleborn today, my friend.
We are. That's right. Battleborn indeed.
We're revealing a new character here. In fact, two. This video is our friend Ghalt, who I just looked over. You've seen him.
Sure.
I'm seeing him for the first time, but on paper, I love this guy.
Yeah, this guy looks really, really cool.
Shotgun?
Yeah.
Sorry, I totally cut you off.
No, it's fine. I was going to say, especially for people that like to give out damage and take it as well.
Yeah, that's me. I always in any action RPG or really RPG, I just like the tank characters.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just like dealing as much damage as I possibly can. And Ghalt here has got himself
quite the arsenal. Yeah,
a revolver shotgun, which we'll get a look at.
Right.
He's got himself
You can see him in action right now. That's a shotgun over on the right.
His ultimate ability is a dual wield, so the second shotgun, which makes me even, there's that revolver shotgun.
There it is, yeah. So yeah, his ultimate, he kind of goes a little nuts, but right here you can see his first ability is to throw down a trap, right?
Yes.
So he throws down a trap that does damage over time, and then he complements it. We'll see if he pulls it up here in a second. Man.
I like also, so his his passive skill is the last 4 shots in the clip. Well, I don't know if you can't really call a shotgun of the clip, but in the chamber, do 25% extra damage.
Which is nuts considering that ability right there. So his second is a chain hook that he throws out, wraps around a guy, pulls him right back
Somebody
in.
call John Popper because the hook just brought him back.
Oh, my God. That's a deep dive
from the 90s, for you 90s.
For all you Blues Travelers fans out there. Yeah, so what I love about this character is sort of how he synergizes really well.
Yeah.
Like you can see that revolver shotgun, maybe not the best at range, but certainly no slouch. And then with his kit, what he does is drop a trap, throw his chain out, kind of like this right here.
Yeah, here we go.
And then pulls a character into the trap and then loads those last 4 bullets
at closer range for maximum damage.
Yeah, that do 25% more. So he really works well. Like his kit all works well together in the sense that he's all about pulling characters in and really dishing out as much damage as possible.
Yeah, he's completely up my alley.
Here he goes. Here you go.
Yep.
Oh, there it is, right there. And critical. And had that character not been one of the tankiest in the game, I imagine that probably would have ended it right there.
I like that you just used tank as tankiest as an adjective.
Right? Yeah, tanky.
That was great.
Oh well. I'm glad you liked it.
I did. You're brightening up my holidays with that with that turn of phrase. I like it.
Yeah, tankiest, and there's another tanky guy. You know, he's kind of got a raw deal because he's fighting two of the beefcakes over there.
But so they're aim down sights a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I mean, with a shotgun, you're going to need every bit of help you can at range. Get over here.
Yeah. Right. That's what I was thinking too. The second he did it,
you can't not think it. I like the face on that pyre to the right there.
Yeah, okay. So
there's a lot of fun art going on in Battleborn.
Yeah, I don't know how much you've seen of it lately, but it's evolved quite a bit since the last time. I took a look at it. This is Meltdown mode, which is sort of like your standard kind of 5 heroes against 5 heroes, 2 lanes.
Right.
Send your minions into their portal, while defending your own portal. But the aesthetic and the sort of humor of Battleborn, which is one of the things I love about it, it really comes out in this map because Meltdown is centered around this AI robot who has gone insane with power. It thinks he's like some sort of tiki god, and the portals in which you send your robots sort of reflect that. They're like crazy, fire-eyed robotic aliens.
You got vertical combat, which is guys in the air,
which is great because we did a I don't know if you're interested in seeing more Battleborn, you can see a 5v5 IGNers versus IGNers stream that we did not too long ago on this map, and the Birdman with the rocket launcher up there was just destroying people. He just wrecked people. So I'm really excited about Ghalt. I kept trying to think of ways to counter him, but since he's so mobile, it's hard. And so I'm really excited to see Ghalt basically being the the answer to that problem in particular. And you can see his sort of rotation again. Throw down the trap, pull him, do the damage.
Of course, we've got an open beta for this coming up.
Yep.
Which will hit first on PS4 with a bonus character, too.
That's right,
So,
yeah. Yeah.
That'll be it'll be a good way to get a really good taste of this game and see what it's all about. Because I mean, you can clearly see it's Gearbox. It's got are definitely there's DNA of Borderlands in here.
Oh, absolutely,
but
absolutely.
very much with a more MOBA-esque kind of first-person MOBA-esque tilt to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that hero shooter sort of genre that seems to be coming ashore these days. This is one of those ones where it's Gearbox's take on it, Gearbox's version, and sort of the style and the humor and the personality that studio sort of created with Borderlands is alive and well in this. And I think it works really well. Because so much of that hero shooter is about online competition, and
for sure,
I really like the sort of the levity of the personalities involved in it. It kind of takes the toxicity out of it. I've had nothing but fun when I've played it.
And I like as an old guy in the gaming world, I like that there is a story and there is a campaign to play by yourself should you so desire here.
Well, that's the amazing part, right? Is like you see a lot of these sort of types of games coming out lately, but Battleborn's got an entire other side to it. A single-player side, and two, a co-op side as well.
Yes.
So there are story missions. There are what you would call dungeons that you can do sort of with co-op partners or alone for like gear that you then take into multiplayer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really content going on both sides of that sort of competitive cooperative divide.
I like that you can really make liberal use of that trap.
Oh, yeah.
The scrap trap is what it's called.
Yeah, it's up pretty regularly, it looks like.
Yeah, it'll stun them for 2 seconds and then deal some serious damage when it goes off.
And that stun is insane.
And you can have 2 of them out at a time.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Well, the one thing I always found crazy is like coming from Call of Duty and Halo and, some prominent first-person shooters that, have really, sort of defined the genre over the last 10 years.
Absolutely. It's fair to say.
I think anytime you get a character immobile that can't move, like imagine in Halo if a Spartan had an ability where you could stun a character for 2 seconds.
You'd get a kill.
You get a free kill.
You got it.
So that's what I think is crazy about this is the hero shooter genre in general and Battleborn in specific has loaded with abilities that like stun and slow and really, lend that sort of CC that is insane when you think about how accurate and precise first-person shooters can be.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But I like this guy. He's got a bit of a backstory. Unless you're really familiar with what's going on in sort of the Battleborn universe, it might be a little, over the head.
Well, give us the quick. Can you give us the quick Cliff's Notes version on the Battleborn
of what's happening right now?
Overarching story.
Sure. Yeah. So in Battleborn, you've got all these different factions that all are in their parts of the universe, and slowly but surely, this unknown enemy force is sort of devouring stars, right? They're destroying stars. So the universe is pretty quickly going quiet, going dark, going dim, until we get to when Battleborn takes place, which is now
the fight for the last
for the last star called Solus. Yeah. So what you have is this character actually is seeing it all go down, and these characters by definition are all in their own little factions and doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And this guy is part of the peacekeepers, who are sort of like you think of them like Western army men, sort of. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're like the police force of space.
Yeah.
And they see it all going down. And this guy in particular, Ghalt, who's like the most respected, even his enemies respect him and admire him. He sees it all going down and says, "Look, we all got to fight together to stop this, or we're all going to die." And so Battleborn then takes place about all of these different people coming together to form the Battleborn, the core unit, to defend, figure out what's happening, defend it, stop it, and basically save the last star.
Boy, you just do not get a chance to catch your
No,
breath
you don't.
in this mode.
No, there's always some like neon thing shooting at you.
And I do very much appreciate that about it, because shooters when you go back to, again, I'm old, you go back to Doom.
Yeah.
One of the best parts of Doom was you'd be fighting a dozen or 2 monsters at a time.
Right.
And it just created this wild chaos. Some of the monsters hated each other, and they would fight each other.
Yeah.
And then, as 3D became more and more prominent, we kind of got to a point where you'd only, we got more into the corridor shooters, where you'd only fight like a couple of guys at a time, because processing-wise, like the engines in the games and the computers and the consoles,
but those guys
couldn't handle
those guys looked real pretty, though.
They did. So I just like seeing this. Does kind of take me back a little bit. I like seeing this just huge chaotic battle going on.
Yeah, I love like big, bombastic, colorful multiplayer shooters. I really loved you and I both being big fans of Xbox. Monday Night Combat, long time ago.
Yeah, sort of a proto version of the hero shooter. Almost.
A couple years. Yeah, what 5, 6 years ago? But
maybe somewhere around there.
Yeah, but I got shades of that the first time I saw this, which I loved because Monday Night Combat also had that humor and stuff. And Battleborn seems to carry that tradition. So here's the ultimate, Galt's ultimate, and you kind of see like
so
shades of the Gunzerker from Borderlands coming out right there. So yeah, I love that this is decidedly Gearbox, right? Their fingerprint is squarely on this.
I confess I don't even know all the heroes because there's like 20-something heroes in this game.
So they'll be over 20 at launch.
This would probably be the first one I go to given my play style.
The hook?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Good old Ghalt.
I'm dying over that Blues Travelers reference again. I keep wanting to say that, well, it keeps bringing you back. The hook brings you back. Yeah, and you can see
deep cuts for you here on IGN.
Well, the best of the West. You can definitely see as the match goes on, this guy really starts to come into his own. Like in the beginning, you were watching him do some damage, but now he's really...
Look at that. Just yanked him right into the trap. How great was that?
Yeah. And then pull out the ults.
I can't imagine the nightmare that must have been playtesting this game. I mean, it's still going on.
It's still going on.
It's not out till May.
And the beta is, I imagine, going to probably help with that.
Yes. But, man, all the abilities, all the characters.
Yeah. I spoke to Randy from Gearbox, Randy Varnell, not Pitchford, the other day.
The other
Randy.
That poor guy, Varnell, he has to be the other Randy.
The other Randy.
Gearbox.
Randy, if you're listening, my apologies. I spoke to one of the Randys at Gearbox and basically talked to him about what it was like sort of balancing this. Because not only do you have to balance the characters against one another and combinations of characters against one another, but you also have to balance the gear and the items and equipment you can get from single player as it comes into multiplayer. So there's just so many levels of balance going on. But he said that they haven't found a combination of heroes that were unbeatable yet. So it's interesting.
Oh, the community will find it.
I'm sure they will.
Don't worry about that, Brandon. Don't you worry your pretty little
I can't imagine. I can't imagine jumping into this like day 2, and I'm already fighting the team that just annihilates us. And you can see whoever's playing this right now is doing a really good job.
Oh, this team is crushing it right now.
484. Yeah. So Meltdown, like I said, first to 500, sort of walk your minions into the other side. You can see they're doing a pretty handy job of that right now. And I believe this map is Paradise. I want to say.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay. It's been a while since I've actually got hands on. Ah, man. That's so devastating.
On the cusp of victory here.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time now. Uh-oh.
It's like the grand finale of Fireworks.
Yeah, I know. I think that might be his first death.
It is, as I recall.
This is the other...
death cam.
This is the other death cam, yeah. Or this is the death cam of the other character we'll be looking at in
our other video,
a few short minutes.
Nicely
there it
done.
is. So there's the end of it.
That is a look at Ghalt, one of the new heroes you'll find in Battleborn. Look for the game in May. Beta hitting PS4 first, early 2016. For much more on Battleborn, you're already in the right place right here at IGN.